G'day everyone, Brian from Prime Cuts Lawncare in Yass, New South Wales, Australia. It's Sunday the 23rd of November, about 11:30. We had about an inch of rain last night, which is just perfect, spot on. So I need to do a little bit of maintenance on the ZT6000. It's oil change time, and as many of you are aware, I'm pretty particular about that. I do change the oil every 50 hours and a filter. So I'll get stuck into that. I've just had it running for 5 or 10 minutes just to warm the oil up. And then after that, what I'll do is I'm going to show you the difference in the blades of the ZT6000 versus the Ventrac. And this is just in response to Chad's question. G'day Chad, glad you're going well, mate. And a few other things at the end. So just looking at my manual and my notes, since the start of the, so we're on the 300 hours. So on the 1st of the 2nd 25 it was 200 hours. And now we're at 300 hours. So pretty much the 1st of the 2nd was the end of last season, let's call it. So we've hit essentially, I'll call it 100 hours so far for this season. So we're getting a bit of mowing done with this, and then there's also my little ZT2000s, which I think I've got about 286 hours on it, so not far from the 300, the 386, not far from the 400, and I've got about 45 on the Ventrac now. So yeah, there's plenty going on. So what I did last time on the 4th of October was at about 253 hours. I did the oil filter, the oil and the air filter, so don't need to change the air filter at all. Spark plugs I did at 250 as well, and I just got a drop of rain, so anyway I thought we'd be right. So we'll just get stuck in and get the oil out and change the filter. So we'll just loosen the dipstick. We can see here the drainage pipe, so we'll just get that out. It's pretty straightforward, and then we'll just get it down here. Oh, cable in the way. Down to the bottom, and I hope you can see that all okay. I'll just move back a little bit. That's better. You can see that down here, and then I've got the drip tray here. So I like this little yellow adapter. I actually take it all out, although I might just let that go for a bit first, and then I'll take it all out. I'll just get a bit of paper towel. And that's all coming out pretty well. So we'll just let it do its bit for the time being. That'll take 15 or 20 minutes, we're not in a hurry. But that's flowing pretty well, that's flowing very well now. I hope you can see that okay. It's a bit difficult for me to see on the screen, but coming out pretty well. So we'll just let that go, and what I'll do in the meantime is just let you know what are my the things that I use, and then we'll also talk about those blades. So the oil I use is the Kawasaki engine oil, the 10W40. It's got the It's synthetic, contains zinc. Just use it all the way through. We've got the oil filter for the FX801 Kawasaki, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't even see. Hang on, pull it out of the box, Brian, and then you'll see there's the oil filter part number. Hopefully you can see that, 49065-0724. And then we just got an oil filter wrench, which works really well. Although I'm not doing it today, I'm not changing the blades today. I'll do that in about another 5 hours. I do them every 100 as well. So at about 3:05, I'll change those on the ZT6000. But that's the blade I use, or the blades I use. They're called Hurricane blades. And they're the high lift blades. So, and they seem to be working really well for me. I like the high lift blades. They really throw the grass, and I like that because it gets the air through the clippings. So I think they're about 18 inches or 17 something or other. So they seem to do the job, and pretty much I change them all every 100 hours, so they work pretty well. Now, and you'll have to excuse me because these are in a lot of 3 and they're all taped together, but these are the Ventrac blades, and to go on the 68 inches, which is the width of the Tough Cut deck. But you'll see they're reversible, so if you do get so either side is, let's call it sharp, and they're quite thick. So what I'll do is I'll actually put the high lift blade, because what we want to do is just have a look at the thickness. And if you can see there, you can see the difference in the thickness of these blades, of the Tough Cut blades, compared to your high lift mower blades. And you could say there's 2, maybe 3 mil, maybe 2.5 possibly mils difference in the thickness of these blades. They're chunky and they're heavy. I mean, I know I've got the 3 of them together, but yeah, they're really good. And although I was planning maybe to do it today, I most probably won't, because I'll have a quiet afternoon. I've got a very busy week ahead. I was going to check the blades on the Tough Cut. I know there's one with a good chunk out of it, like the size of a 5-cent piece, like sort of that, which is maybe 1.5, 2 centimeters, because I know I've hit a few rocks which are just unavoidable. So I'm going to have a look at that. I may do that later in the week, and I want to just, you know, grease a few of the grease points when it's getting close to the 45 to 50 hours. So we'll just turn this around, and then we'll have a look at the changing of the oil and the filter. So that's been 5 or 10 minutes, everyone, and you can see it's just dripping now, so that's good. We'll just tighten that back up, and you can feel there's a bit of warmth in the oil, which is nice, means it flows out easier. That's tight. Put that on and bring that back up. Really like these hoses, makes it so much easier and so much cleaner. Get that in there, that's done. Okay. then what we'll do, I'll see if I can get this on an angle so we can look at the filter. Okay, so what you should be able to see there, everyone, is I've got an old oil bottle which I've cut out, and I can slide in under the oil filter here so that it gets any of the excess which comes out. Mind you, this can be a little bit tricky at times, so I'll just get the oil filter wrench in there and do a bit of mucking around. There we go, and it's tight. It's turning, but it's very tight. So put that back in there. Come on, get in. There we go. See if I can get that out with my hands now. I'll just loosen that. It's just a fiddly spot, and particularly when I've got the camera more or less over my shoulder. Okay, that's twisting, so that's good. I'll just get that out. It's out, still got oil in it, but that's good. I'll just put that on the drip tray. And while I have the opportunity, I've just put some oil around the new seal, and we'll just put that in and clean it up. I'll just be very, I'm always very careful with the oil filters, because I want that to go on hand-free and twisting nice and easy, so that there's no cross-threading. And that's really good. So I've got that snug hand tight, and then what I'll do is I'll get this out, what I call my little sort of drip tray thing. It's a little bit tricky, but we've got all that, so that's good. And there's a bit of oil in the bottom there, but no mess, which is great. So what I also do is invariably there's a little bit of oil underneath here, so where where it does seal up. So I just give that a wipe, and there's a lip underneath it as well, so just give that a wipe. I'll just grab another bit of paper towel to just wipe my hands, and then I'll just do a little bit stronger with my hands, and it did need tightening up. It's pretty tight. Just check again, and then I'll give maybe a quarter. Maybe right. may even get the other one yet, but it's pretty tight and that's pretty good. So we'll just stop there and I'll just get the oil organised. So what I also did, everyone, is I used, I guess you'd call it the cup type socket to tighten up the oil filter down there. So I've already done that, so it's snug. So time to put some oil in. So the capacity is about 2.4 litres, and I've used a bit out of this one. It's got 700-ish mils, and this one has got 800-ish mils, so that's 1.5. So I'll have another 800 or 900 mils, but I've got a bigger bottle that I can use, a big 4 litre bottle. So we'll just top her up. And that's running pretty well. Okay. I'll have the other one. Just let that go in. Going pretty quick. Just let that do what it does. I'll come back in a second. So there's about 1.5 litres in there, everyone. So what I like to do is just run it just to get the oil through the filter. I'll let it settle for a little bit. I've got the dipstick obviously back in. I'll just let it settle for a little bit and then I'll top it up. So what I did, everyone, that's a 4 litre bottle of the 10W40. I've decanted about 800 or 900 mils into one of the smaller bottles. So we'll just get that going, which is into this one. So just take the dipstick out. There's really nothing on that at the moment for obvious reasons. Get the spout on there, and I'll put about 700 mils in. So that'll be about 2.2, and then we'll just see where that ends up. So that's about down to 450, so that's about half a litre. And down to 400 to go. Just go a little bit further. It says about 250, another little chug. That leaves about 200 to go, so I'll just let that go in. Put this on the ground and we'll just check that. I expect it still to be short, but that's alright. just got to be careful. They get create a vacuum if they're too tight. Just pull this out. Grab the dipstick. See where we're at. It's getting pretty close. Just grab a clean that off, and we'll just double check. It's about one of the little 3 dots short, so just a little bit extra. So we're pretty close. And we've got about 225 mils, so I'll put about 100 mils in. Where are we there? Just a tad more. Just get that in. Couple of bits of paper towel. Check this out. Pretty spot on. 3 dots are covered and the line's covered. Let's check that again. Yep, that's good. So I'll give her another run, let it settle, and just check it again. So I've started it, let it run for a little bit, and I've just taken the, I've just cleaned the dipstick, just put it back in, and yep, that's right on the line, and the little dots are covered, so it's just a little bit above the line there, excuse me. So what I'll do is I'll put the ZT6000 away, and before I'll check it a little bit later this afternoon, and I will check it before I take it out later in the week. So hopefully you can see the blades okay, everybody there. So we've got the Ventrac double-sided blades on this side, and then we've got the ZT 6000 52-inch blades, the Hurricane high lifts. So if I'll just move the Hurricanes away a bit, and then we'll just put in the tape measure and just squeeze them together. That's pretty much on the inch in thickness for the three. Oh, well, just under, a tad under an inch. Okay, and then let's do the same, but we'll do it here for the Hurricanes, and we'll try and squeeze them, although it's difficult. And that's, I'd say, pretty much on 3/4 of an inch. So that's 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch, and I didn't do it on centimeters on the Ventrac, but the Ventrac is, I'd say, 2.5 centimeters. approximately. So you can see the thickness there on their own. So yeah, just a pretty straightforward, simple oil and oil filter change today, everyone. It's about one. I think it's about one now. I haven't busted myself, as you could tell. The sun's come out and it's really steamy, so we may get another storm this afternoon, which we will take. The week ahead is it's my real busy week this week. Mowing pretty much every day. I know we do have some rain here and there, so there will be a bit of excuse me, juggling with my timetable or my schedule. I've got some Ventrac work next Friday at a place that I've done before, and they want to follow up with a couple of other little paddocks and a steep nature strip, plus another customer who it is a residential block in town, but the grass is really high. It'd be 3 or 4 foot high, so the Ventrac will do it pretty easy. And I've discussed this with the customer, whether or not they want it done as a finish mower or just slashed, and just gotten down, and they're quite happy with it being slashed. So the Ventrac will get a work over with that. But I like to do, if I'm doing a couple of jobs, do them all together on the one day if I can. Otherwise, like if it's a big job, well, it's a standalone sort of thing. So things are ticking along really well. It hasn't got super hot yet, but if we keep on getting little showers and that sort of thing, we had about an inch last night, which is just absolutely spot on because we needed it. We've had very windy weather. Things were getting very dry. You would have seen in the 8 acres that I did, those pasture grasses that were drying out, although it was green underneath. So that's a reason why I did slash that. If it was dry underneath, I wouldn't have done it, because if you hit a rock, you get a spark, you get a fire. So you just got to be super careful, particularly as we're going to get to the hotter months now. There will be a point in time where there will be no slashing. It's just too dry, too much of a fire hazard, so you just stay away from it and politely say no. But most people who are on farms or rural residential holdings, they know this anyway, or the fire authorities will have, there may be extreme conditions, and they'll bring in a total fire ban, which means you don't do any of that sort of stuff. So things are ticking along really well. The ZT6000 with its 300 hours, it's going very well, no issues, touch wood. So I'm very happy about that. I think I indicated about 45 hours, 48 hours on the Ventrac, and it's been doing really well. Super impressed with that. So so just ticking along well. Thank you, everybody. I noticed a few more subscribers. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you to all those people that comment. And another big thank you, obviously, to my customers. I really appreciate your business. It's really great. The other thing, I think I've said it before, but to those other people that do provide content and show what you do, in whether it's lawn mowing or Ventrac people, keep going, because it's really valuable. I've learned a lot from it, and here I am, I'm 62 years old. You learn something every day, and it also helps you make decisions with regard to equipment or how you do things. So to those people who put YouTube content out there, thank you, and keep up your great work. So again, thanks everybody, and I'll catch you soon.